on, Brave.
She's doing it. She remembers it. Hey, Dawn.
Not bad for 58. Sorry.
Okay, do it first.
Do the purse.
Oh, no, I'm done.
I can't believe we made it. According to today's regulators and bureaucrats, those of us who were kids in the 50s, 60s, 70s, or even early 80s probably should not have survived. Our baby cribs were covered with bright-colored lead-based paint. We had no child-proof lids or locks on medicine bottles, doors, or cabinets, and when we rode our bikes, we had no helmets. We drank water from the garden hose and not from a bottle. We ate cupcakes, bread, and butter, and drank soda with lots of sugar in it. But we were rarely overweight because we were always outside playing. We would leave home in the morning and play all day, as long as we were back when the street lights came on. No one was able to reach us all day. Smartphones? We didn't have cell phones at all. No PlayStations, Xboxes, limitless channels on cable, laptops or tablets. Facebook was an actual face and an actual book. We had friends. We went outside and found them. We played dodgeball, and sometimes the ball would hurt. We fell out of trees, got cut, and broke bones and teeth, and there were no lawsuits from these accidents. No one was to blame but us. Remember accidents? We had fights and punched each other and got black and blue and learned to get over it. We made up games with sticks and tennis balls, and although we were told it would happen, we didn't put out any eyes. We rode bikes or walked to a friend's home, knocked on the door, rang the bell, or just walked right in and talked to him. Little League had tryouts, and not everyone made the team. Those who didn't had to learn to deal with disappointment. Some students weren't as smart as others, so they failed a grade and were held back to repeat the same grade. Tests were not adjusted for any reason. Our actions were our own. Consequences were expected. The idea of parents bailing us out if we got in trouble in school or broke a law was unheard of. They actually sided with the school or the law. Imagine that. Now, this generation has produced some of the best risk-takers, problem-solvers, and inventors ever. We had freedom, failure, success, and responsibility, and we learned how to deal with it. If you've related to anything that was just said, you're one of them.
Welcome everybody to the John Herdesy High School 40th reunion. Before we kick things off after that wonderful video presentation, I just want to welcome two different groups of people we want to welcome here tonight. And what I want to do is ask the first group of anybody who got on a plane to get here to just stand up briefly and be acknowledged. That's what I'm talking about. The Husky spirit is alive and well. Evil. The next group of people I'd like to stand, I understand that there are people from other classes here today. So if you're from another class other than 74, whether it's 73, 5, 6, 80, please stand up and be acknowledged. Thank you for coming, and we are really glad you're here. We're going to introduce at this time the committee, the reunion committee. There's over a dozen of us that really worked hard to put all this together, and I really can't tell you how much work goes into making something like this happen, but it's a lot of work. So if the following people from the committee could please come and gather here in this area. I'm going to introduce to you Dawn Sanders Estes, Jeannie Hilfman, Doreen Peterson-Wolchuk, Chuck Erickson, Robin Soderquist, Leanne Vassal-Pusatera, Barry Weinberg, Denny Miller. Denny is the guy who was responsible, him and Chuck put this room deal together, so a big attaboy to them for that. Colleen McIntyre Kelly, Judy Huck, Diane Gallaglenum, and Ann McFarland Schrader. Please come on up here. I'm going to save the coolest guy for last. And I mean this because he really is. We have a leader here, and without this guy's energy, none of this would have happened. Mike, roll over here, buddy. Mike Blink is the man. I'm going to give the microphone over for a moment. There's a special message somebody wants to say to you guys, and to one person in particular. And I have, through the years, personally referred to this guy as Charlie Brown on occasion because he is just a truly good guy. I really never knew him when we were at school, but he is a gentleman, a scholar, and just an all-around good person. Please welcome Barry Weinberg.
Hi everybody, welcome. We're all delighted that you're here. It's my pleasure and my honor to recognize two of these reunion committee members who have really made an extraordinary contribution. The first one, and he's going to be surprised, is Kevin Kilgore. Yeah. All right? Kevin, I heard we knew you, right? We didn't even know each other, I don't think. But 12 years ago, you kind of fell out of the sky from nowhere and joined our committee when we ran the 30-year reunion. And Kevin became the go-to guy to get stuff done. And became a leader, and you've been a leader ever since. And you guys should all know that Kevin put together, how many songs? 1,028 songs on this little phone drive. He's been collecting those for years. So, they're all great songs from the 70s. So we're going to be able to enjoy those songs. We're going to enjoy those songs. for hours, for years to come. So Kevin, we thank you for that. We thank you also for opening up the P.O. box to collect all the checks that you guys sent us for the reunion. So thanks for that. And for all your leadership and being our MC tonight. Kevin's doing a heck of a job. Let's hear it for Kevin. So the other person on our committee, which you all already stood up for, you don't know the half of it yet. I have to share some of that with you. Mike Lincoln's our chairman. He deserves special recognition. This reunion would not, could not have happened without Mike's ridiculous, incredible number of hours that he put in to this reunion. I'm not talking about hundreds of hours, literally thousands of hours. For example, this booklet, how many pages are in it, Mike? What?
52.
52. Mike had his hands on every single one of these 52 pages to input the data, the profiles you wrote, the design, the layout, everything until it went to press. You weren't at the press, were you, Mike? Oh, good. Okay, so we have him to thank for that as well. And as I mentioned with the thumb drives, Kevin collected the 1,028 songs, but Mike had to put those songs one at a time on each one of these thumb drives. How many hours a day? A lot of hours. So, in addition to that, Mike had to deal with and work with the Meridian, where we are tonight, the contracts, the DJ, the equipment, every single detail of this reunion. Mike spearheaded it, managed it, and led us. We held every single one of our meetings for the last year and a half to 2 years at his apartment. He led the meetings, organized them, organized us. This whole committee, he motivated us and got us off our butts when occasionally we weren't doing what we're supposed to be doing. Right, guys? And with his leadership, we all owe him a great deal. My personal thoughts about Mike are actually written on one of the pages in the book, so I'll let you read those if you want. I'm gonna cry if I start to try to say them right now. So, in closing, Mike, on behalf of myself and my family, on behalf of your family and many of your friends, on behalf of this entire committee, on behalf of everyone who's here tonight, and on behalf of every one of your classmates in our class, you have our thanks, our deepest gratitude, our great respect and admiration. You have our support, and you have our love. Let's hear it for Mike.
Right now, we have another video presentation. And who's going to start this video, Mike? For our fallen classmates, we have a video memorial that we're going to play for a few minutes. So direct your attention to the screen. It's only a few minutes long.
Must have been cold there in my shadow to never have sunlight on your face. You were content to let me shine, that's your way. You always walked a step behind. So I was the one with all the glory, while you were the one with all the strength. A beautiful face without a name for so long. A beautiful smile to hide the pain. Did you ever know that you're my hero? And everything I it might have appeared to go unnoticed, but I've got it all here in my heart. I want you to know I know the truth. Of course I know I would be nothing without you. Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I wish I could be. I could fly higher than an eagle.
I am down and oh my soul so weary. When troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders.
One of the guys out there, Bill Seiler, his widow is here tonight. And she brought a jacket that we'd like to have. Anybody that would like to sign this jacket for Bill and her wife, his wife? They lost their son recently too, at 29 years old. So in this season of grief and recovery, Gail Seiler is here and would really appreciate if you wouldn't mind signing this and say hello to her while you're here. Thanks for coming, Gail. Okay, on a lighter note, we have a guest speaker tonight. Pretty cool guy, taught school at Hersey for how many years, Mike?
34.
34 years. He was part of the Hersey teaching family. His students were not known as minions, they were known as Moonies. So some of you probably know who I'm talking about. Where is Mr. Mooney? Would you please come up here? He wants to say a few things to you guys.
Christine Font. Thank you very much. This is really a great honor for me. When Link came to me and said, "Boo, we want you to do this," I said, "Of course I'm going to do it. I get to talk in front of people." And then Link said, "I got 15 minutes." So this is, great honor for me, a giant honor. And I apologize if I offend anyone tonight. And I apologize if I offended anyone 40 years ago. I couldn't have chosen a better place to live my adult life. I had so much fun. You guys are just great. 74, what a cool year. Link's coming to get me. That's a great thing. You guys were 18, I was 25. Now I'm 65 and you guys are 58. That gap is really small now. Someone earlier tonight said, pardon? Someone said they didn't recognize me because I have gray hair now. For your information, it's brushed nickel. Some of you guys have changed a bit too, but I won't point you out. I've had, the greatest of great memories, and then I have 4 items left just to dwell upon. Band members, how many of you here are part of the Givem 180,000 feet? I don't know if this is true or not. Did Kaniva walk the line with the parent behind clipping any hair that touched the collar? I was told that was a truism. It's still a great story, so can you believe Kaniva did that? Then I'll say one other thing. That is called smoking area. Explain that to your kids and grandkids. They'll look at you like you're absolutely insane. And I've saved my 2 favorite for last. The Rifle Club. We had kids take yellow school buses to John Hersey High School with their rifles in the bag, and they'd take them to Mr. Hangy's room where they'd lock them up for the day, and then they'd go shoot targets after school. They brought rifles to school. And the last thing, and this should make everyone who has ever had a child, especially a female child, go like this. And that's the word Slave Day. Friday of homecoming, the Palm Berets wearing the football jerseys, the helmets, the shoulder pad, and carrying the books of the football. Insane. Absolutely insane. Last thing that I'm not going to get to here, if you see me later, we'll be playing the game, Whatever Happened To, and then you can say someone's name, and I'll try to remember what happened to them, if they're still with us, what they're doing, and thank you for inviting me to be part of your life.
time. Celebration. We gon' celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on! It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on! It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on! Let's celebrate. There's a party going. It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news, talking this and that. Well, give me all you got and don't hold it back. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Hey, go! Bring me down, can't none bring me down. Your love is too high. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said, bring me down, can't none bring me down. Your love is too high. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said, because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to